Hey guys, this is True Cubing, and in this video we're going to teach you how to be sub-15. Your solve splits should be about 2 seconds for cross, 8 seconds for F2L, and 4 seconds for last layer, which equates to 14 seconds, enough to make you sub-15. Your cross should only be around 6 moves on average and take 2 seconds to execute. The faster you can do the cross, the more time you will have for your F2L. Always solve with the cross on the bottom. There's a good chance you're already doing so, but I need to reinforce that it will save you so much time and increase your look ahead during cross F2L transition. Being color neutral isn't essential to being sub-15, and personally, I'm only a white and yellow solver, which can be a good place to start, but it can be an advantage going into the future. Then again, there are world-class cubers out there who only solve the cross on one color. This is one of the most crucial parts of being sub-15. You may still be using bad beginner F2L habits and you will need to get rid of them. Learn better and more efficient solutions. An example of that is this case. Many beginners like to split it up like this or like this. But the better way to do it is from this angle to insert this corner down here, and then you have this case which you can solve like that and then insert the pair. Another annoying case you can get is when this corner is solved but the edge is on the top layer. Instead of using beginner method where you have to rotate twice, what you can do is if this slot is unsolved, you can use keyhole by misaligning the D layer, inserting this edge into here, and then aligning the D layer again. If this slot is solved though, what you can do is move this corner to the back and do an F move, sexy move, and then reinsert this block here to finish off your F2L. To know if an F2L solution is not optimal, you should be looking for if the solution is really long, not finger trick friendly, or uses too many rotations. Then you should look for a better solution, and there are many resources over the internet for that. This ties into our previous point, but every F2L case should be solved with 1 rotation max. If you're doing too many, look for different and more efficient ways to solve them. An example of a non-rotationless F2L solution is this case. Instead of rotating and inserting it like that, what you can do is use this alg to insert it without a rotation. Now this does impact your F2L look ahead if you're using it in the middle of your solve, so generally I just use it at the end of my solve for my last F2L pair. Reduce your pauses, aim for a fluid solution and fast recognition, and avoid regrips. Many beginners regrip just way too often. For example, this basic case of 3-mover, so many beginners regrip and then insert the pair, but what you really can do is do an R and then push with this index finger and then do an R prime. That saves the whole regrip. The same applies to this case, so when you have the edge solved and the corner up here, what you can do instead of regripping and taking out the edge and then solving it, do the R move and then push R prime, U2, and here we have the same case again. Instead of regripping, you just push with your index finger to do that U move. Don't let your bad habits stay any longer or it will be more difficult to get rid of them later. These two solves show the difference. Turn slower and look ahead. Probably the most important step. I know this phrase is very often repeated, but there is no way around it. Stop trying to spam TPS while doing F2L and instead try to look away from what you're solving. A good way to reduce your pauses and aim for a fluid solution is by doing slow solves. So an example of this would be just doing every move purposely very slow and not pausing at all. So for example, I'll just do my cross now, like that, and I'm not going to be pausing, so this pair here, and then go on to this pair, this blue and orange, and then the blue and reds, and the orange and green. And then here, achieve fast recognition, and that should help you achieve less pauses. There's a good chance you already do, but there's nothing to lose in learning to look last layer. You can still be sub-15 and even sub-10 without it, but it will just make your life way too hard. On average, it will save you about 3 seconds, which is a lot when you think of it. Here's the comparison. Aim to nail every alg 9 out of 10 times. If you seem to be messing up a specific alg, don't hesitate to change it, even if Felix or Max use it. Or slow down your turning and work better on finger tricks. Also, improve your last layer recognition times. It is even possible to recognize a PLL case from just 2 sides. During last layer, it is usually okay to turn near your top speed as long as you're not constantly messing up. For example, this G-perm I had troubles on, so I just drilled it and now it's nearly flawless every time. Predicting the first pair can be helpful, and many cubers teach you that. Here's a quick example anyway. So for this cross, I've got this edge ready to be inserted, this edge down here, and these 2 that can be solved with an Al prime F R2. So a pretty easy cross. So I'm going to track this corner, so this pair here. So this corner, D won't affect it, L will put it down here, R prime F will bring it up again, and then R2 won't affect it. So this corner is going to be twisted here. Now I'm going to track his edge, so the edge, D won't affect it, L will bring it down, R prime F, R2 will bring this up again. So we're going to have a flipped F2L case over here. So now I can go ahead and solve it. And straight away go ahead and solve that pair at the back. Our last tip is to film your solves, and then look for mistakes. This can be hard for some to proof watch your solves, so here's a quick checklist to pinpoint what you should improve on. We hope you learned something from this tutorial. If you have any questions, leave them in the comments section down below, and we'll get back to them as soon as possible. Like, subscribe for future videos like this, and we'll see you guys next time.